Trenton 365 with Jacque Howard. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
Hello, friend, and welcome to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. You're watching over WPHY Channel 25, covering Mercer County, New Jersey, and listening over the three-time Stellar Award-winning station WIMG 1300, streaming over the website WIMG1300.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. The Trenton 365 show is on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at Trenton 365, and you can also follow us on Facebook via Trenton Business Casual, which is one of my efforts in fashion. For those of you who know, I have a background in the industry, but tonight is very special because I have two new friends who are going to be talking about a forthcoming fashion event happening this coming Saturday. And in the studio with me, I have, and you guys know I'm really bad with names, I have Shahedah Williams and Takiyah Henriques, who are going to be talking about this amazing organization called Prom Scholar. And I just found out about it recently through another friend, which is how all this stuff works, especially this day and age. It's who you know, etc. So, ladies, welcome to the Trenton 365 show. Please introduce yourselves and tell me a little bit about each of you and your experiences here in Trenton, New Jersey, and in the region, and then we'll talk about some fashion.
Hi, my name is Shahedah Williams, and I'm the president and founder of Prom Scholar, Inc. Well, basically, I've been living in Trenton for the past 10 years. I'm a Trenton High graduate. I'm 25 years old. I went to school for fashion design and business and textiles, and I started Prom Scholar back in 2014, the beginning of the school year, September.
Awesome.
And my name is Takiyah Henriques. I am also a Trenton High graduate, class of 2010, and a Trenton native. I've lived here all my life. I went to school at St. Peter's University. I went for criminal justice and psychology, and when Shahedah told me about her idea for Prom Scholars, I thought it was an amazing idea. I myself had wanted to be a part of or start an organization in Trenton. So it was just an amazing opportunity. I'm the vice president, and we've been getting better by the year.
Mm-hmm. and so I want to jump in and in a nutshell, what is Prom Scholars? I mean, because when you first hear the name, okay, everyone knows, okay, a prom, and you associate that with something in junior high school or high school. Mm-hmm. But when you think about the scholar aspect of it, I know that intrigued me, because the first thing I thought was, okay, Prom Scholars, so this has got to be some amazing little mix of a couple of different genres, and it was going to have to do with like some education as well. So talk about Prom Scholars in general.
So the fun part, well, education is fun too. It's the prom for me. I love glamour. I love going big with things. So the idea is to create a unique experience for girls who cannot afford to go to prom. And we're not going to just collect like secondhand gowns and just give it to them. We customize gowns. So this year there's 3 designers on board. We have Quayshawn Williams of Mannequin Mob from here from Trenton, New Jersey. We have Alyssa Mapp. Her brand is called LA. She's from Philadelphia, and she's also one of the designers. And me, Shahedah Williams, I'm one of the designers. We custom make these gowns for girls. We select them through an application, and the application basically asks them about their personalities, career goals, and future plans, and why they would want to be a scholar. And the scholarship aspect is the idea is to raise funds for first year of college needs as well as prom needs. So we use a crowdfunding website like GoFundMe. So we've been using GoFundMe the past 2 years, and we use that website to raise money. And this year is actually our first year doing events. We always did the prom just drive, but we did it a little bit different. We called it a prom pop-up shop. So basically we had brand new, because we collected things from sample sales and gently used items, and we sold them for very discounted prices for the students. We had them pay like $5 to get in, and the $5 equated to tickets, and use the tickets as money to pay for the items. And for adults, we charged them a little bit more because it was also a fundraiser, a way for us to raise money for the scholarship program. And this year we're doing another event. Oh, also, I just want to mention this. We did this at the Trenton Social. We had our food sponsored by Smokehouse 1911. If you guys know Reggie from Smokehouse, and also TC from the Trenton Social. He's also one of our sponsors. And now our last event, which we're going to also talk about today, is our tea party, sponsored by Paris Hair and Beauty Supplies, owned by Donna Jarrett and Drew Jarrett. I'm sorry. And that's our last event. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking too much.
No, you're really not. You're actually you're doing a fantastic job. So there's a couple of things that you mentioned that just jumped out at me. So you originally came up with the idea to do this for girls who didn't have an opportunity to go to the prom, and I know that there's a lot of talk about people being missing opportunities to experience that, and then there's this whole big thing on national network televisions about different programs that are doing things similar. Growing up, did you feel that there was a need for some of your peers or for other girls who just didn't have the opportunity, and you felt a need, and so you put this together?
Personally, yes. My family is from Trinidad, so my mom came up here when she was 19 years old, and for reasons, my dad, he made a lot of poor decisions, and he had to leave the country, so my mom was left to take care of things on her own when it came to me. And I found growing up with a single mom very hard. There was a lot of things that at the time she wasn't able to provide for me, and a lot of these girls that we do encounter, they are going through different family struggles, which include financial changes, or some people have always had financial strain. Some people don't think prom is important, but it obviously is important to these girls that can't afford to go, and they signed up for it. They wrote long paragraphs. They expressed in joy how much they wanted this. It was something I need this. Nobody's gonna do anything nice for me, and this is an opportunity for something nice to be done for me. And it's deeper than prom. We develop real relationships with the girls.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you want to jump in, sure.
Oh no, just to piggyback off of what Shahedah was saying. My situation is pretty similar. My family is from Liberia. Grew up with a single mother, and I know personally during prom time it was really hard to, prom is expensive. Prom is expensive, and for girls, I can't speak for the guys, but for girls it's
pressure.
It's the end of the world if you don't go to prom. That's how I felt, and it was a big deal. And if something like Prom Scholar was around when I was that age, I would have been on it. So just to get the reaction from the girls, and just to get how they feel and how much they go so hard to be a part of Prom Scholars, kind of rejuvenates us as the board and make us see why it's so important when we get tired, or when we're working hard, or when we feel kind of down. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the contact information for the listening and viewing audience where they can find out more about Prom Scholars?
Well, you can find us on Instagram, Prom Scholar, PROMSCHOLAR. You can find us on Facebook, Prom Scholar. You can email us at promscholar@gmail.com. And I also have my telephone number on there. I don't mind saying it on
Sure,
air.
if you like.
It's everywhere. It's 609-977-9934. You can call me, Shahedah Williams, if you have something that you want to donate. If you want to donate services, because we have a lot of people who donate their services. We have Posh Locks.
Posh Locks Hair.
Posh Locks Hair. Also, one of our panelists, Sierra Despair. I'm sorry, I don't want to say her name wrong. She owns a beauty salon in Camden, in the Camden area, or I think it's Pennsauken. It's Pennsauken and Camden area. It's in that area, and she's donating hair, and she's also doing the girls' hair. We have Felicia Green. She's a local makeup artist here in the city of Trenton. We have a number of hairstylists that are on board.
We have a good amount of people on board.
Yeah.
And like Shahedah said, with the contact information, if you go to any one of those outlets, Instagram, Facebook, you'll find everything Prom Scholar. In the bio, there's links, there's everything that you need to
My
know.
personal Facebook around this time, my personal Facebook page is everything.
Yeah,
Prom Scholar.
these flyers are everywhere on my Instagram too.
So I keep wanting to go back to the idea of why you came up with this concept. I think it's brilliant. And I know that it's important. I think back to the proms that I attended with my now wife. I attended with her, and then also with a very good friend, Nacone Martin, who is doing some things in the fashion industry now. She's got her own fitness line. She was my high school prom date, and I know how important it was for us, during that time. And you're talking, 30 years ago. And the anxiety that I had as a man asking Nacone and what am I going to wear, and is it going to match what she has, and
God.
all those different things. But I love the opportunity that now today's youth, they just have a much more of a open mindset about what to wear. I mean, for me, back in the day, you had gray tux, black tux, or white tux, with tails or without. And they were your only choices. No one was wearing suits. You couldn't dare not wear the patent leather shoes that they gave to you because, who knows what our parents would have thought about it. So, but now there's a lot of opportunities. So can you talk about some of the opportunities that the boys and girls, young men and women have with fashion and with going to the prom now?
I see it like this. A lot of people are critical. Oh, back in the day, we used to do this. And they like to say it as it should stay the same. I like to see when kids have fun with prom. I like to see the remakes of celebrity gowns. It's like your opportunity to just feel glamorous, feel like you're one of those people that you see on television, and feel everybody's important at the end of the day, but you can feel just as important, just as glamorous. And as a term they use, slay, you have that opportunity to slay. And for some of us, this is the big moment before our weddings, or and, you don't know where life will take you, so this is a big moment for a teenager,
and just a time to celebrate your accomplishments from freshman year all the way until you graduate. And Prom Scholar provides that source for these girls who, I don't want to say that they can't afford prom, but these girls who are interested in our organization to create something extravagant, create something custom, create something that they're going to remember forever. So we love it.
Yeah, when we sit down with the girls, we're not telling them what they're going to wear. We're talking about what directions they want to go into. And I also stress I also pair the girls with the most appropriate designer. So if we have a designer that does something that I think that a girl would like, I pair them with, that designer. I like bold colors. Like the last girl I had, she had a bright green and a royal blue combination, and it's beautiful. It has beaded appliques on there, and it's a fishtail gown, and it has a train, and it's gorgeous. You can see it on our page. And Quayshawn, he actually had a design that he already did, and the girl that he had, Melissa, she loved it, and that was his design. And these are our designs, but it's their ideas. She said, I want to do these bright colors, and I said, I love bright colors. I've done I'm a textile designer, so I design prints, so I've done bright printed gowns, and I just love colors. So I'm always happy when I get a girl that's into the same things that I am.
Now, we've got a couple of minutes before the first break, because I do want to make sure that we drill down on the artistry of what you're doing, because I think that's really important. And you mentioned some of the artists. Quayshawn, Alyssa, Sierra, Donna, and of course the two of you who are leading this from an executive level. But how did you connect with the designers?
Well, I started off designing on my own. As first year I was by myself doing it. And I met Quayshawn through Quinley Crowns, the designer, Q. He's also one of our sponsors. He donates a crown every year. And I was telling him, we were just talking about prom, and the first set of girls, their stuff was all on Facebook. And I was like, it'd be nice to have somebody else on board. And Alyssa and I, we graduated from Moore College of Art and Design together. And